Most of you do not understand the fight that is going on. You think it is these people here. Go and sit down. Who are these people? Who are these people? These people are a lot of people. Let me tell you what is going on. Can I tell you? Do you want to hear? You are sure? See what is going on in Nigeria. And I have no regret at all. And we have no regret at all for supporting President Alhaji Bola Tinubu. I have no regret. I have no regret about it. All these things you are seeing, there's Atiku group, there's Peter Obi group, and there's some few governors of PDP who believe I'm a problem to them, and I will continue to be a problem to them. The Atiku group believe that I and my team stop them from becoming president. We stopped injustice. What we stopped was what? Injustice. All we wanted was equity, fairness, and what? And we told PDP, if you don't allow this, you will pay. Am I hiding it? Do you not tell them they will pay for it? So what you are saying, I think you group believe that we stop them from being a president. Obi's group, they lobbied me so much, yet they cannot deny it. And I said, look, this one won't fly. River State will not go to where we will not know it will fly. So there's also a gang up that look, enough is enough. They must fight us back. They are fighting themselves. Did you understand me? There's another group within the PDP who wants to be president. And they said, look, if we don't do anything now, we'll have a problem. But I can assure you they will have a problem. I can assure you they will have what? A problem. And there's also another APC group. I will tell you the truth. I know. Very prominent. Let me tell all of you, all these people combined, they will lose. All these people combined, they will do what? They will lose.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, economy, and development in Nigeria and around the world. That was Nyesom Wike, former governor of Rivers State and now minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, trying to justify the battle he is fighting and to say that he will continue to trouble Peter Obi of the Labour Party, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the 2023 presidential election, Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the PDP in the 2023 presidential election, and some PDP governors who he accused of eyeing the presidency. And then he talked about the APC. Of course, the APC was talking about is the APC in Rivers State controlled by Rotimi Kamej. That he also fighting battle there. That they are against him. That the battle that he is fighting is external, not internal. That's what the message he wanted to say. And he hoped that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu buys into it. you know there has been calls that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should wield the big stick to call him to order to concentrate on his duties in Abuja as minister and leave Governor Fubara alone to do his job. I think that outing in Port Harcourt, where he said these things, is to tell President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the battle he is fighting is in Bola Ahmed Tinubu's interest, that they hated him because he worked for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. That's the impression he want to sell to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president. That this battle is our battle. That's the impression. And then to convince people in his state who are still listening to him that Fubara is a small boy. What I'm fighting at home is not, I'm not fighting with these small boys. They are nothing. The ones I'm facing are external problem. The people who are fighting me, they are outside the state, not these people you are seeing inside the state. But as far as I can see it, what he is fighting is a problem he created for himself when he decided not to let go of the control of the structure in Rivers State, believing that it is his right to control it and not that of the PDP governor, Simi Fubara. That was the genesis of his problem. He was not the only person that helped somebody to become governor in 2023. The Minister of Defense, former governor of Jigawa State, he put his surrogate there. In Kebbi State, the same thing happened. In several states across Nigeria, many put their surrogates, but things are not working very smoothly, but you don't hear them complain about it. In Benue State, Secretary to the federal government put Reverend Alia. I learned in good authority that even right now, there is a serious problem between Secretary to the federal government, Senator Kume, and Governor Alia. But you can see that the Secretary to the federal government like to pretend as if nothing is happening because he don't want to generate a crisis that will draw attention and expose that he did the wrong thing by allowing Alia. But the truth of the matter remains that the reason that Secretary to the federal government chose Alia was Alia's popularity. That was the only way to dislodge PDP in Benue State. No other candidate that he supported would have made any difference in APC producing governor with the baggage of APC under 8 years of Buhari, where Benue was a slaughterhouse by all kinds of non-state actors, including herdsmen and farmers' clashes, in which most of the dead were farmers who were driven from their communities. So there was nothing to recommend the APC, but the masterstroke that Akume did was to bring in Alia as the candidate of the party. So he's licking his wound quietly. Sometimes you hear lawmakers from the National Assembly, from Benue State in National Assembly talk about these problems and the people in the state. But the Governor Alia himself has said that the resources of the state will continue to be for the interest of the state and not for any godfather or for anybody. So Nyesom Wike is the one that created the problem he's fighting for. I wanted to externalize it by giving Tinubu the impression that this battle is about because I supported you. Is he the only one that supported Tinubu in the last election? Why should Peter Obi be his problem now? Peter Obi lobbied him, yes. That is natural in politics. He said that Peter Obi lobbied him, that they cannot deny it. Why should they deny it? It is normal, natural process in politics that you lobby people, you reach out to people, even those who don't like you. And from what Aisha Yusufu said about this, he said the time they met with Nyesom Wike, that Peter Obi only requested that they should allow his people, they should allow free and fair election. That's what he was requested for. They should allow free and fair election. And of course, allowing free and fair election, if they had done so, Peter Obi won the election according to independent tabulation by the BBC and Premium Times. So this idea that Rivers people will not follow somebody that will not fly or party that will not fly. Rivers people follow the party that will fly. But it was allegedly rigged, and Peter Obi presented evidence before the court, before the election tribunal, up to the Supreme Court, to show that he was the one that won Rivers State. Independent tabulation by BBC and Premium Times show that Peter Obi won. Now, between INEC and Peter and Premium Times and BBC, who has more credibility to tell you the real outcome of that election? So it wasn't that he was, so it means that he couldn't even convince the Rivers people, who he is claiming now that he determines the direction they will flow. The Rivers State didn't flow under his direction. They flew to Peter Obi's direction. And then he was talking about Atiku Abubakar. That Atiku Abubakar, the reason they hated him was that they feel that he was the one that stopped them from winning the election. And that he has no regret. You know, he keep on talking about that he has no apology. Nobody's asking him, why should he apologize for making his choices? But to quote that choice as if he did it for fairness, justice, and equity, that's where some of us who are analysts question it. Because all this issue of he did it for southern Nigeria, he wanted the presidency to remain in to return to southern Nigeria. That story has been punctured by people who should know better. People who should know better, including Dele Momodu, who was the Director General of Communication under Atiku Abubakar Presidential Campaign Council, who alleged that Nyesom Wike, which he has not denied, that he lobbied to be the vice presidential candidate of Atiku Abubakar. So all this issue of fighting for fairness, justice, and equity, supposing that Atiku had picked him instead of picking Ifeanyi Okowa of Delta State, would he be talking about that he fought for fairness, justice, and equity? Nigerians know better than what he's trying to sell to them. That he fought for, he has no apologies. That he worked to defeat Atiku Abubakar. That they hated him because of that. That's why they are fighting him. That's why Peter Obi is fighting him, because he didn't endorse Peter Obi. Because they will not fly. The Rivers will not go where they will not fly. At the end of the day, Rivers people made their choice, but their choice was not respected, obviously, from the report by the BBC and the Premium Times. In the case of Atiku Abubakar, I have explained it, that if Atiku had made him his running mate, would he be talking about fairness, justice, and equity in terms of southern Nigeria? Because as I said in a previous video, if Nyesom Wike believe in fairness, justice, and equity, he would not have sabotaged the zoning of the presidency in 2015, in 2023 to southeast. But they sabotaged, both himself and Atiku Abubakar, they sabotaged that process and threw the presidency open so that both of them, himself from south and Atiku from northeast, so that they can all participate. But at the end of the day, Atiku triumphed. That's the way of politics. And to punish Atiku for not picking him as vice presidential candidate, according to Dele Momodu, he now decided to work for Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which is his right to choose anyone he like, but to present it as if he did it for the interest of Rivers people or the interest of southern Nigeria, that's a hard sell. In any case, what has Rivers people benefited by supporting Tinubu? What has they benefited? Are the Rivers people better off today than they were a year ago? Are they better off today than they were a year ago? They were not better. They are worse off than they were a year ago. And they made their right choice by trusting Peter Obi before the election turned out to be what it was. And then he talked about the PDP governor, those who want to be president, they are fighting him and all that. All the problem he's facing are basically internal problem, but he wants to externalize it so that Bola Ahmed Tinubu will think that this man is facing all these challenges because of me, because he helped me, because he supported me. No, that's not true. He is not the only one that supported Tinubu in the last election. So why should he be a special target? Why should he be a special target and others are not? That should be the question to ask when he makes all these assumptions about fighting battles for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I think the president should be able to analyze these things very well and not be deceived into thinking that Peter Obi is fighting one of his ministers because he supported him in the last election. I don't see it that way. These people know how to do their politics. They don't need to have, many of them have even paid attention to how Nyesom Wike is running Federal Capital Territory Abuja. The only reason people pay attention to Nyesom Wike was the role he's playing in Rivers State politics, which is basically to ensure that he controls the structure of Rivers State. Because without that seeming control of structure in Rivers State, he is of no value to Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2023. So he has to do everything to give a semblance of having some level of control. If not worse, the essence of from time to time, they will gather people together in Rivers State and leave Abuja to be talking about politics, talking about 2027, that is still 3 years away or thereabout. For what purpose? Almost on every month, twice a month or more than that, they will gather in Port Harcourt just to show that they are still relevant in Rivers State. All that I see it as an effort to tell Tinubu, we are still here. We are still in control. We still talk to reverse people and all that. But that, to me, is just a distraction. The truth remains that Nyesom Wike is not fighting any external battle. The problem in PDP, he created it for himself when he was fighting his own governor for control of the structure in PDP in River State. That of Peter Obi. Peter Obi is not fighting him for anything. Peter Obi it's rare for you to even see Peter Obi mention anything about Nyesom Wike, because that's not the center of his attention. The center of his attention is holding Tinubu accountable, who is sitting there in Aso Rock Villa. I have never seen Peter Obi in recent times talk about Nyesom Wike or even tweet about him, because it's unimportant ahead of 2027. What is important is to hold Tinubu accountable ahead of 2027, that is what Peter Obi has been doing effectively. Even Atiku Abubakar is not paying attention to Nyesom Wike. It's only this reverse crisis that made Atiku to pay attention to Nyesom Wike. That was basically it. If not, nobody was talking about him. Atiku has moved on. And Nyesom Wike has not yet moved on, because he is looking at anybody who shows some kind of support to Fubara, that the person is fighting him. Of course, that was why he included the APC among those who are fighting. The APC he was talking about is the APC in River State, headed by Emeka Beke, who is, the court have said, is the authentic state chairman of APC. And that APC is the APC that has Rotimi Kamechi, the former governor of the state, as the leader. And this was the man who brought APC to River State. That is true. He was the man that brought APC to River State. It was Amechi, because he was there at the beginning of the formation of APC when he defected from PDP and was part of the coalitions that formed the APC. So all these things he was saying, he just saying it to give the impression that he has a lot of people fighting against him. So nobody should think that he's fighting only Fubara. He's fighting only Fubara. That's all we can see, with federal might. And because when you are fighting with Fubara, with federal might, that's a battle between Goliath and David. And people will be on the side of David, which is Fubara, while you are the Goliath, because you are coming with federal might from Abuja. That's why most reasonable people in Rivers will be on the side of Fubara. And most reasonable Nigerians are on the side of Fubara, because the battle is skewed against him. While Nyesom Wike has the federal authority behind him. But at the end of the day, he wants to give the impression that he is the underdog, because he is fighting Atiku. He is fighting Peter Obi is fighting him. Atiku is fighting him. PDP governors are fighting him. APC faction, loyal to Rotimi Amechi, they are fighting him. That's further from the truth. I don't know what you think about this, but whatever is your position on this, let us know at the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.